Hi, I'm Jim Preston, and my wife Katya and I would like to take you through part of Bears Ears National Monument on this leg. We're going to show you fish in small puddles out here in the desert, and that strange one especially. How about campsites to die for, and Moki Dugway, these amazing switchbacks. We'll end this leg of the trip in Valley of the Gods. So enjoy Bears Ears National Monument with us, and those buttes are the Bears Ears. This story starts at the Comb Wash campground. It's a dispersed campsite with a few tables laying around and a couple little toilets. We're going to drive up 95, State Route 95, to the Mill Canyon Kiva and these Puebloan cultural ruins, and we're going to visit their Kiva. The Kiva is the Puebloan culture version of a church. It's a ceremonial site, most likely a religious ceremonial site. These places were abandoned long ago. Okay, we're dropping down in here to Comb Wash. And the road goes both ways. There's just a left there, but also it goes to the right and goes south. And we're going to kind of do some cool stuff. We could go directly to Valley of the Gods this way, or we're going to take a little bypass. I hope. Actually, not a bypass. It's an alternate route. So we may have to air down on this, but probably not. At least until we get down to where we're climbing up on Cedar Mesa. This used to be a lot sandier, and I don't know, the county came along maybe and dug it all up. I don't know, somebody's got our old camp over there now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they moved in. Good for them. It's a great spot. Okay, see this bentonite over here, guys? That's, we're going to go, one of these trips, we're going to go where there's a lot more. Bentonite Hills, near Capitol Reef National Park. It's beautiful. That's just beautiful material. If you walk in that stuff, you're really, the way when it's wet after a rain, it's awful. Your boots get all clogged up, and you sink down, and you can hardly take any steps. It's really, really terrible stuff to go hiking in when it's wet. So enjoy it at a distance if it's wet, or just maybe walk around a little bit if it's dry. So we've been crossing through a lot of relatively boring prairie, just brush. So it's nice to get over here in the rocks below the Comb Ridge. But also the ridge itself is getting more interesting looking, with big prominent peaks coming out of it, like a comb. You know, like a comb for your hair. Idea. But yeah, check out this comb. Isn't it kind of cool? It's like we're seeing a little closer than you are, you know. But it's yeah, it's pretty cool. Really enjoying the rocks here a lot. The only wildlife we're seeing are antelope squirrels. We got like 6 of those, sometimes 6 of those in our backyard, eating the bird feed. Okay, we're coming up to an intersection here with the Mormon Trail, also called Immigrant Trail, and I think it's got another name. So it's like whatever. So if we continued on, we'd get down by the Mexican Hat and Bluff and Valley of the Gods that way, but we want to try this way. This is something 237. Can you read it?
San Juan County.
Okay, we're on County
Snow Flat.
Snow Flat Road. Okay, so yes, Snow Flat Road, Immigrant Trail, Mormon Trail, or Hole in the Rock, because this is part of the famous Hole in the Rock Mormon expedition that started off in Bluff, I think, and went to Escalante in the old days, when like there was nothing else out here but natives and squirrels. Okay, now we're getting into the rocks. The county has graded down the ledges here quite a bit, so there's no, significant ledge climbing. It's a little bouncy. Not bad at all. Nothing like what we've encountered many times out here. But the terrain is getting more interesting as we approach Cedar Mesa. But we still have a ways to go to climb up on top. Finally, a ledge. Okay, 2 inches. But, we're ledge people. And it's nice to get into some, little gnar anyway. Nothing here is particularly technical. But it feels good to be climbing this stuff. Oh, there's a nice dispersed site. Let's go take a look. Looks like it loops around. So it's only 2:30. We're not going to do any dispersed camping, but look at that view. Whoa.
That's nice.
You can see all the way to the right, see Abajo Mountains. I'm not going to run over that bush, but yeah, look at this place. Plenty of room up here for a group. Once in a while you find these wonderful places, wonderful dispersed camping spots. Okay, we're coming into the good stuff now. So we're on the side of Cedar Mesa. And there is a chance that we'll see some ruins along here. We haven't actually researched whether they're already everywhere we're going around because we don't care. But they're usually out here. But they're small. If you want to see the big stuff, really cool stuff, you go to like Hove and Weep, Canyons of the Ancients. There's a Mesa Verde, of course, Mesa Verde National Park. That's a treasure. If I would just kind of stay on the road instead of bouncing around, it'd probably be a little smoother. But I love this terrain. But usually it's in gullies that had water, so it's going to be near cottonwoods and a wash. That's where most of those ruins are. Well above those washes. But we'll watch for them. So you can imagine the pioneers, the Mormon pioneers, with their covered wagons, going along something in this area. Maybe not this exact route, but they didn't have maps, didn't have GPS. It was all this terrain was unmapped. And the reception by the indigenous Americans was sometimes positive and sometimes kind of neutral, and at the times they wanted to kill the Mormons, and did. So that creates a little anxiety. And kind of a big surprise, but they didn't have Starlink on their covered wagons. So they couldn't tell anybody, hey, we're having some troubles here, we need help. They had to figure it out. If they broke an axle or something, they had to figure it out. They didn't have our nice welding machines. So they were pretty tough. Okay, so we got little ledges to climb here. Don't need a lift for these. And rear-wheel drive would do just fine. Bouncy, but that's up to you. But it's it's beautiful through here. We just absolutely love the rocks. So I knew to get up on this mesa, we had to go through something like this. There's just no way it's going to be a nice smooth road up unless they imported a bunch of dirt and ramped it. And for a remote road like this, ramping is just never going to happen. But we're in a little wash now, so you can see some effects of that. And then, of course, what is ahead of us here? Oh, this is looking cool. So nice to explore remote places. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. We're still quite a ways from the Mesa top. But yeah, I love it. Okay, I guess we're going to go along this sort of a shelf here. So we are looking around for antelope, although we haven't seen any. It's pretty dry up here. Actually, it's pretty dry all over this area. Like we're in the forest, there were some meadows, but there was no little running water creeks. This was on the last trip, last leg, I guess, or section, the Bajo Mountains, and the lake that's supposed to be there, Duck Lake, didn't look like it had water for a long time. But this is the kind of off-roading that we enjoy. It's not particularly technical, it's just, you know, a little bouncy. Some of these little drops like this, it is easier if you're lifted. And certainly you don't want a bicycle rack on the back. Okay, the county didn't knock these ledges down too much here. And that's good.
See that ledge coming up?
Oh, there's something coming up. Okay, now we got some technical folks. This looks like we might not be able to do it. Now, let's see. First place, this calls for mud ruts mode. And somebody stacked up a lot of rocks.
Where's the mud ruts? This one?
Yeah, let's put in mud ruts. Ta-da! And I'm going to go, there's a little rock in front of us, but instead of moving it, I'm just going to have it off to the left. And then you can see those little rocks piled up. Would you mind just getting out and knocking those guys down?
In the center?
Not in the center, they're in the right side there. Just push them towards the hole that's on the other side of them. I'll guide you. Yeah, those, right. Okay, I'm picking my line here carefully. Yeah, that's it. Just knock them down. Good. So I like to climb these ledges in mud ruts mode. It just transfers the power to the traction wheels so much better than normal mode. And we've played around a bit with some of the others, but they don't really do our thing very well. Where are we going up here? There's a little shelf. We have to get up on the mesa here, Kat.
Okay.
Because if you look to the left,
yeah, I don't see any road.
it's pretty crazy. So nice. So nice. We claw our way up onto Cedar Mesa. So we've been going through pretty much this sort of thing, not quite this tight as it is here, narrow, but you know, bouncy, but nothing technical. So on X map, this is read 4 of 10, moderate. And yes, you know, that's probably close enough. Conditions always vary. So if there's been a monsoon and nobody's bothered to maintain this road for a while, then you could have some very different conditions. Generally not better. But beautiful, and we are, I do see off to the left, we are getting close to the top of the mesa. Okay, we're pulling off the road here because we saw a spot that looks like it'd be way cool for camping. And we thought you might like to see it. It's not way cool. It's not, I mean, it's certainly got a huge view, no question. but it's like not on the edge of a canyon or something. But it's pretty, and there's at least 3 spots here for vehicles. Right in front of us, there's a really nice flat spot, and actually there's 2 there and there. And look at the view out there. Wow. So yeah, it's really big view, but not as spectacular as some of the others we've seen. So we're up here on the side of a canyon. Canyon's on our left here. Not really where we're shooting that, but it does get kind of fun when you get in these kind of places, and the slick rock and big boulders everywhere. It's beautiful. It's also, you know, a little bouncy, and the van's pitching around, of course. So we did pass 2 dirt bikers, and other than a guy on a bicycle back on Comawash Road, those are the first people we've seen on any kind of motorized vehicle. So it's pretty lonely out here. There's 2.5 hours of driving, and we see a bicycle and 2 dirt bikers. That's pretty amazing. And this is high time of the year. This is September, and the weather is like perfect for visiting this this region, the Red Rock region. So yeah, if you want remote, the Bears Ears is a pretty cool place. So that was Snow Flat Road, or Hole in the Rock Road, or Immigrant Trail, or Mormon Trail. And now we're on the Cedar Mesa main road here. Whatever, it's a state highway. State highway something, to something. And we're heading south towards Moki Dugway. Okay, the pavement ends right here above the Moki Dugway, and it was all these signs warning us to slow down to 15 and all that. But anyway, to get to Muley Point, where we'd like to camp tonight, they have this road, and there's no signs there or anything. It's not marked. You just kind of have to see it on the map. Have a clue. But if you've been watching overlanding videos, you'll see quite a few of them end up camped out here before going up or down, before going down anyway, Moki Dugway. So we'll do the Dugway in the morning, and that's switchbacks, steep switchbacks. Pretty excited about it. Okay, here we are, Muley Point, and yeah, we're not alone, but then again, everybody's cool, but this is it. Wow, big, really big, and you know, you're not going to understand it, and you're not going to experience on video. This is what it's like. You have to be here. You just have to be here. I'm sorry. And look at this big boulder below. This big boulder is like big as 5 or 6 cars or something. It's huge. And look at over there. This is looking along. Now we're looking towards probably Cortez. Maybe not. Looking more into Arizona and New Mexico. But yeah, look at these big boulders ready to tumble down the hill. And there's a few other folks here because, hey, this place is famous, okay? Really cool place. And we have this really cool place up here, you know, on a flat spot on the rocks. It's like really amazing place. So, yeah, Muley Point is, don't know. Oversold? No. It is everything you ever heard about. It is an amazing place. Oops. You don't want to look at me. I'm going to turn this around. Okay. This is Mule Point, and look at all this flat space you can camp in. So, yeah, I mean, some of us have like really cool right up next to the cliff, but there's still a lot you can do. And there's no toilets out here. You just have to be self-contained with portable or whatever. Okay, here's the puddle. It's just back here in the rocks. And as you can see, it's not very big. And it's really shallow. It may be 6 inches at the most. But it's full of fish. Different kinds of fish. And these little white like pearls, which are like snails. Little freshwater snails. So we got little shells. We have little fish. I do want to mention that this little bit of water here is going to dry out at some point, and all these little fish, different kinds of snails and all, they all dig down into the mud in the bottom, and they hibernate. And then when the rains come and it fills up again, then they run around mating and eating. So that's their life. Look at this, huh? Wow. Evening, golden hour. Unfortunately, Southern California smoke, but gorgeous. Monument Valley, all of that. The canyons are getting dark. And there's sunset. Amazing place. Okay.
So what we have here is some naan bread that I'm warming up, and lamb cooked with Parmesan cheese. You see the cheese is melting. Yeah. And it's just gonna be kind of like a wrap.
Yeah, cool. I'm hungry. This looks good. So Katya wanted to cook on this solo stove, but it's been really windy, and then suddenly it just died as the sun goes down. So this is what she's doing. But she always like makes things creative and interesting and fun. Good morning. We're here at Muley Point, and some of the smoke has cleared a little bit. The sun's just coming up. It's warm. It's very comfortable. And this is like a Tuesday or something. And the view out here over the San Juan River Canyon is beautiful, really beautiful. And I'm going to share that with you now. So it's out there. Yeah, big, just big open terrain with the beauty of Monument Valley in the background. It is so nice out here. Katya's cooking up some kind of breakfast. So that's the next project, is breakfast. Okay, Kat, what have you got here?
It's a breakfast burrito with bacon and eggs and cheese inside. So I'm going to cut it in half. So it's going to be half for Jim, half for me. And we'll have sour cream and salsa inside the van.
Wow. Looking forward to it. Good. That with a view. But the view is around the other side of the van. Here we can look at Starlink. So we got 116 megabits per second this morning. And our view will be, of course, Monument Valley and the San Juan River. So this morning's plan is to drop down Moki Dugway to Valley of the Gods and drive through Valley of the Gods, and then I'm not sure what else we're going to do next. We want to get over to the San Juans, and I can't see them from here, but we want to get clear days over there, and those are supposed to be like now or coming up. Hopefully the snow's melted off the tops, so we go over the high passes. We don't have to deal with snow because we don't want to deal with snow. But that's what the next destination is, are the back roads in the San Juan Mountains. So while we have a nice privacy tent, quite often we just do this. So the little, like a clothesline, expandable clothesline that comes across here, a little cable, and it's pretty good. And then inside here is our shower, and we also can put our clean waste toilet here and have some privacy for that. So it's kind of, you know, it's a hack job for sure, but it works, and it's a little quicker and easier to deal with than the privacy tent. Okay, Katya, what are you cooking up here?
It's a lot of smoke. I have.
You're cooking up a lot of smoke. Yes, I got that part.
I have a ribeye. Look at this. It's beautiful.
Yes.
And then I have a lot of spices on this end. It's potatoes, garlic, and I don't know. We just want it to be cooked, black, and enjoyable. So I'll chop it up.
Okay, so Katya's putting the garbage in the garbage bag for when we get to, I don't know,
Somewhere.
Cortez, Durango, a rest stop. We'll figure out where to get rid of it. And this is the Chaos next to the Solo. And that is the view. It's golden hour. Absolutely amazing. And we have these artists out here at Muley Point. Kind of cool, huh? None of them are set up to camp, so I think they're all going to like evaporate or actually leave. Probably just after dark, or as soon as the sun sets. This is it, Moki Dugway, and Katya's driving. She's getting pretty good at these big switchback drops. Oh, there's a viewpoint down there. Hopefully they have a few more viewpoints. Anyway, it drops off, I don't know, a couple of 1,000 feet or something right beside us. It's a long ways down there, 1,000 feet. Moki Dugway! Woo! Our driver. Nice road getting back here to Valley of the Gods. There's some bumpy spots, you know, some wash crossings that have a little bit of a dip. A little bit of slick rock crossover, it's kind of chunky, very little level. Mostly it's just really nice graded roads. Okay, more monuments back in here. This is certainly getting better. There we go. That's what we come for. Okay, this is spectacular. This is cool. There's been a little sand to drive through. I think pretty much any, but certainly any all-wheel drive could make it. probably any sedan could if they just goose it a bit, hit it with some speed. And we haven't really seen a need to air down yet. And probably won't, because after this we're heading for Durango and the San Juans. We'll certainly air down the San Juans. So, what do I think of Valley of the Gods? Well, at first it was kind of disappointing. It was just prairie, red cliffs, the usual, nothing special. And then we got up in that canyon, and that was cool. That was good. That was worth the drive back in here. So now we're going to go on and hit the Cortez, and then Durango, and into the San Juans, where we expect to see a lot of fall color and hopefully get over some high passes if they're still open. So this is the end of our video of the southern part of Bears Ears. So Comb Wash down to here. This is Valley of the Gods. Stop sign's very useful, covered with stickers. And now we go east towards Durango.